could be the interesting part. That's the tricky part.
Yeah.
I had wanted to have more, I thought we should have one that fits over your head,
Yeah.
but Jake
So
said,
this just sits over your ear. Huh?
"You had one like that before, and got all bent out of shape."
I wonder if I should put it. Still too high. How's that?
Say something interesting.
Oh, something interesting. Okay. Ready? Oh, I guess so. Okay. Good evening. Welcome. Thanks for being here when I know you could be down at the park watching the John Philip Sousa band play, but they'll be back. I'm Linda Conley, in case you don't know me. I am now the board president for this year, 26-27. And thank you. 10 years ago, this month, I retired from the Minneapolis Public Schools with my position as an assistant principal. Can you hear me? Okay. I had taught French in high school, I'd been a high school counselor, and I ended my career as an assistant principal. I had no cares about what I would be doing, where I would be 10 years later in 2026. I was 72. And here we are. My spouse retired a year later and immediately began a journey with cancer that included having hospice at home, which was amazing, and ended in September of 2019. The next year was a blur. I spent it living with my granddaughter in a Grandview Square condo, and the world shut down because of COVID. Serendipitously, a little over a year later, I found a home here. It was just happenstance. But I moved here in December of 2020, still COVID. So at 7500, everything was shut down. Nothing was happening. Did I meet anybody? People were passing in the hallway with their masks on. I think I met Bonnie Rowe because some people thought I was Bonnie and Bonnie was me. But that was about it for a couple of months. It was difficult to meet other members, and while I was grateful to have my own place again, I was lonely. And then Jerry Thompson. Is Jerry here? Did he go to the concert? Okay, all right. Well, anyway, I did not know Jerry. And he had read about me in the New York Times because I let somebody interview me. And so he called and said, "You must join the Life Enrichment Committee." And I was reluctant, but I did join the committee. And I discovered the committee, and I met wonderful people and other committee members, and I felt very much as if I had come home. Yeah. When Jerry's term as chairperson was over, again, he insisted this time that I take over his role. And again, reluctantly, I agreed. Because I said, what do you mean I have to do it? Well, anyway, in the end, it was a wise decision because Life Enrichment grew from 6 people to 14 by the time I finished my term as the chairperson. Anyway, after 2 years, I was approached by Mickey Lindsay, who is here tonight. I'm so glad to see you. And Rhiann Leaf, who's in the back, asked me to consider running for the board. And I said, I have a year left as the chairperson for Life Enrichment. I want to finish my term. Then I'll run for the board. I felt a deep commitment to what I considered was my committee. But I did run and was elected a year later. And I have loved serving on the board. The 9 of us have a great working relationship, and I have learned a lot about cooperative living and all that goes with being part of such a large organization. Long meetings, tough decisions, and the reward of knowing we have done our best. I would like at this point to ask the board members who are in the room, will you please stand and be recognized? So, Rhiann is in the back. Rich Omlin, who is our past president. Dave, Don, Teresa. Kathy. I'm looking at Teresa and, wait a minute. Okay, I'll start over. I used to do that in my classroom sometimes. The kids would get me laughing about something, so I'd have to kind of, and I did. I remember one time turning around and just laughing my head off till I could control myself. Anyway, I believe we have three major priorities as a board. The first being our beloved aging building. Just as we are aging, so is our home. The second priority is our financial health. Given the age of the building and the major repairs that we have experienced, and we constantly have to confer and determine how to pay for things. Thank goodness we have an awesome treasurer in Dave Price and a general manager who watches over everything diligently. Lastly, but not least, of the three priorities, our members, you, and all of our relationships. We may be over 400 individuals, but we are one cooperative, one giant family. And we as your board are dedicated to serving each of you as we live cooperatively. Now I want to ask, if you have ever, since you've been here at 7500, if you have ever served on a committee or you are currently serving on a committee, will you raise your hand? Oh, yes. Kudos to all of you and to the training that Kara did last week with everyone. I know it was long, I was there too, but it was very detailed, it was clear, it was wonderful. But as I look at all the hands raised, I know that the spirit of cooperative living is alive and well at 7500. Okay, I have an announcement before I let the others speak. I didn't put that on your agenda, sorry. I got this from Kara the other day. Apparently there are some tickets for the Minneapolis Institute of Art. They're offering our members free tickets to their current exhibition, which is Modern Art and Politics in Germany, 1910 to 1945. Masterworks from the, oh boy, the Neue Nationalgalerie in Berlin. It goes on to explain about the art, which I won't read at this point, but if you would like to see this, I'll put it up on the piano. The exhibition will run through Sunday, July 19th. Admission to the museum is free, and these exhibition tickets, valued at $20 each, are available at no cost to our members. Please see Holly in the office to sign up for tickets by Friday, June 12th. That's this coming Friday, at 3:15 when the office closes. We will distribute the tickets to those who have requested them when we receive them from the Minneapolis Institute of Arts. You can attend when it's convenient for you. And note, 7500 York is not offering transportation to this exhibition. Members will have to arrange their own rides. But much thanks to Peter Noel and the Life Enrichment Committee, there you go, for this opportunity. Oh, wonderful. Great. We'll have a speaker come also from the Minneapolis Institute of Arts? Yes. Mia. Okay. All right. I now would like to ask Dave, our treasurer, he's been the liaison to the Lab 23 ad hoc committee, and he's going to give a little report. Oh, we need a microphone from Marty. Here, I'll get it. Thanks, Marty. Thank you.
Hear me? All right. I'm actually going to update you on the lobby and balcony project, which I know you are interested in hearing our progress. It's been slow, but it's picking up quickly. Tonight I'm filling in for Becky Lean, who is our committee chair. Becky is a little bit under and recuperating, and we wish her well. And Becky, if you're listening, I'll do my best to cover all the bases. The lobby and balcony project has moved ahead working with our design firm. We've made many decisions, are nearing the construction phase. Here's the highlights of our current status. And I'm going to just roll through a whole lot of stuff, so there'll be a test when I'm done. Number one, carpeting for the lobby, balcony, and stairs will be replaced, including the library. The new carpeting has been chosen. Number 2, the chairs in the lobby will stay and they will be refinished. The wood will be refinished and repaired, and the chairs will be reupholstered. The fabric for the chairs has been selected. The cost of refurbishing or buying new furniture is comparable. We could not find new furniture that had equal or better quality than what we already have. And refurbishing also means that the old furniture will not have to be thrown away. So that's a good thing. Number 3, some but not all of the wallpaper in the lobby and balcony will be replaced. And by not doing all of it, it's going to save us some money. Some will be replaced with new wallpaper. Some other areas where the wallpaper was damaged, it will be removed and painted. The new wallpaper has been chosen, as has the paint color. The wallpaper in the elevator lobbies for elevators 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 lobbies on the first and second floors now have a brownish dark brown or dark bronze wallpaper. This will be replaced with wallpaper with a lighter color to brighten up those areas a little bit. Number 4, the lamps in the lobby will be replaced. Number 5, most of the side tables in the lobby will be kept. Number 6, the dividers in the social room hallway. These are the ones with the plastic plants on them. I love those. The committee doesn't. The dividers in the social room hallway will be repaired, reclad, and the fake plants will be replaced with glass partitions. Number 7, the security desk has been completely redesigned and will be rebuilt. It will be more open and will be moved east to allow more room on the west end near the front entry vestibule for people entering the cooperative and signing in. So the whole thing's going to be shifted east. But it will be torn down and rebuilt. That'll be the major thing you see. The cloakroom will be converted into a package storage area. Its wall near the elevators will be closed off and shelves will be added. The water station in the cloakroom will remain where it is. For all of you that use it, it will still be there. The ATM will be moved to the hallway down the social room, and it'll be next to the vending machines, which are located between the 2 restrooms. How are we doing so far? Okay, number 9. The area under the stairway will have a raised platform constructed to meet with ADA, American Disabilities Act, requirements. It is designed to keep people who are vision impaired or those just not paying attention from walking into the bottom side of the stairway. Anybody here done that? Number 10, on the balcony, 2 more card tables will be added, and the chairs at all of the card tables will be replaced. A lot of complaints about the current chairs, we're going to replace those. Those new chairs have not yet been selected. Number 11, the ceiling lights in the balcony and the area between the hobby room and the elevators will be upgraded. If you recall, there's 4 or 6 fluorescent lights up there. We're going to change those. Number 12, when done, we will have the design firm provide us with a display board showing drawings of the changes and samples of the new carpet and furniture fabrics, which will be on display for all of you. 13, we have received quotes from 4 general contractors to do most of the work, such as the construction, re-wallpapering, and recarpeting. We narrowed that list to 2 contractors, and we're in the process of visiting some of their jobs to assess the quality they did on those other jobs. Following that, we will select 1 finalist for a general contractor. After receiving their contract, the board of directors will have it sent out for legal review to make sure its terms and conditions are as favorable as possible for the cooperative. 14, it's my last numbered point. The board has approved replacing the mailboxes with was that a yay or a nay? Oh. The board approved replacing the mailboxes with mailboxes the same size as the original ones. And those were larger. For those of you who didn't live here then, they were wider than our current ones. I want you to understand this is not part of the lobby and balcony project, and it also has its own replacement reserve funding for that. We do not know yet if this will be done before or during the construction phase of the lobby and balcony project, but it's coming. All of this, of course, requires funding. When the selections are made, we will tally all of the quotes and present that to the board of directors for approval. Funding estimates need to be compared to the replacement reserve funding. And I can tell you right now, we're going to, for what we would want to do, even though we've scaled it back in some areas, it's going to exceed the amount covered in the reserve. So the board will have to scratch their heads on that. When that is all complete, materials can be ordered and construction can begin. We do not yet have start or completion dates, but I think our hope is that we can start late summer, early fall. And once it starts, I think it'll go quickly. The only thing that won't go quickly is the refurbishing of the chairs. Those will be done in phases because the company that's going to do that is a local company, but they can't take all of our chairs at once. And we don't want them to have all the chairs at once because we wouldn't have any place to sit anyway. So that's my report. That's where we are.
Thanks, David. All right, next we have a report from the ArtCom committee. Oh, that's you. Yeah, you're second. Yeah, come on up. This is Teresa Rizidlo, who is the chairperson for ArtCom. Thank you.
Thank you. I was expecting more time.
Hold the mic really close.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. This is the beginning. The art owned by 7500 York has not been organized or cataloged ever before. The board's new standing committee, ArtCom, has begun work to create an inventory and record-keeping system to catalog all of this art. Art owned by the cooperative is located throughout our building, and in all the common areas. To help us get organized, the board has agreed to pause moving any artwork for now. This will give us time to produce a complete and accurate inventory, and it will take time. How can you help? That's a good question, and I do have an answer. If you have any personal artwork hanging in any of the common areas, please bring it back into your own home before the end of June. The reason for this is there's the potential of getting mixed up with the art that's owned by 7500, and that's what the inventory is for. ArtCom will continue to give updates and progress reports as we move forward with this first project. This beginning starts with an inventory to know where every piece of artwork owned by 7500 York is located. Then we will finally have an organized way to display and keep track of our art. And if you want to ask some questions, just a couple maybe, you can. And if you don't, that's great. Thank you.
Thanks, Teresa. All right, no one's here from the property committee to give a report, so I get to do that. So from the property committee and talking with Michael Ordorf, the garage floor drains, as you probably know, have been repaired. So all cars that were involved in that project are allowed to be back in the garage as of Friday afternoon. There are many cars out, though, because of the boiler project. But the good news is the boiler project is moving forward. The old boilers are gone, and all the new parts are here. That's why they're taking up several parking places in the south garage near the boiler room. It will take some time for the new boilers to be put together, but as you know, that's going to be a work in progress. The fuel tank that was on the east side of the building, so if you know where my patio is, there's door 1, and my patio is south of door 1. Joanne Murda is north of door 1, and it's her patio that got kind of messed up because when they decommissioned the fuel tank, it's buried right in front of her patio. And they weren't able to actually remove it, but they did get the oil out of it, and then they filled it up with concrete slurry, as they say. And then they backfilled it. So the big hole they dug and all the work they did, that's done. They covered it all up. Then there was a pipe that goes from that, what do you call it? The tank, thank you, that goes from the tank into the building and into the boiler room. So that pipe had to be removed. And then, of course, that leaves a hole in the wall that goes into the boiler room, so that had to be waterproofed. That's done, fini. And as I said, the new boilers will be installed in the coming weeks. The parking lots and the front circle, just the asphalt out here, will be repaved and sealed July 7th and 8th. Those are the dates. You'll hear more about that in the coming days. There is a groundskeeper position posted, but no one has applied as of today. And it's been posted for over a month, I believe. Yeah. So I understand from talking to a few people that some are worried that the bricks are going to fall off the building. I mean, you know we have a facade issue. The bricks are not falling off the building. And what we have, again, is a water problem. So the through-wall flashing, which is behind the bricks, there's corrosion, there's whatever, and there's nowhere for the water to go. And when you see the rust outside, if you look up on the building and you see rust up here, and then here, and then here, it's water intrusion into the building. So that's one of the reasons that we have to consider what to do, how to repair that. And we have 3 it's either 3 or 4 options that we were given by the company. Who's the company? Do you remember? Is it Mohegan? It's not Mohegan Hanson. Encompass, yes. Encompass is the company that provided us with a rough order of magnitude. We're talking lots and lots of money. Yeah, which is frightening, actually. Then we also, as you know, because there were chunks that fell off the ceiling over here in the south garage, that we have a water problem. We know this. We have a water problem in the south garage. So Michael said to me that he thinks that sealing and repaving the circle will help a little bit with the water until we decide when are we going to do this water project and how quickly will it happen. We're waiting on a rough order of magnitude for that particular project. We do not have that information yet, but it's coming. All right, that's all I have for property. Do you have any questions about property?
What about the social room that they were going to?
Okay. Char's asking about the social room. That project has been postponed until, I believe, until fall. They're trying to coordinate with the lobby and balcony project, right? No? Please.
They found on, this is involving the water, the chilled water pipes that feed the air conditioning in their unit. There's several areas where that was, should have been copper when they built the building, and some of the areas they put in galvanized pipe instead. Since that was 7 years ago, there's not much we can do about that. If you recall, we had leakage in the balcony from the same problem where those pipes actually corroded and the water started dripping through them. We wanted to replace some of the other areas with the chilled water pipes, but in order to do that, they had to turn those pipes off because the air conditioning is on now. And they found that some of those valves were stuck. And the worry was if they tried to force the valves, they might break them, and then we would have, pardon the pun, hell to pay for on that one. So it was decided to wait until the air conditioning season was over, and they could shut it off, and then they could open that up and not have worry of the water coming out.
Thanks, Dave. I thought I saw another hand. Barb. Thanks, Don.
Thank you for the opportunity to ask a question, and congratulations on your new position.
Thank you.
You'll be faced with a lot, it sounds like. I do have a question about the property, the committee report. I remember last year, Michael in this room mentioned the south garage water intrusion. And he threw out a figure at the time. He said, well, a rough estimate last year was $4 million. Okay, we're a year later now. Everything costs more. So I'm thinking about the facade on the building, the south garage water intrusion. That's a lot for the board to consider. But as a member here with shared governance of a co-op, meaning we all have a right to at least ask questions of our board, don't mean to put you on the spot with this, but I have to ask, is there a plan as to how we're going to pay for all this, since we don't even have enough in the replacement reserve to pay for the balcony work and first floor?
Thank you.
Yes.
Thanks for the question, Barb. And of course, this is heavy on our minds, and I think Dave will give a response, but he needs the mic, Don.
We're going to buy tickets to the lottery.
That's about right.
I don't think the bylaws would allow us to do that. We can't even gamble with bingo here, so I'm sure you can't do a lottery ticket. Okay, that issue is well known to the board. I've already talked with Bob Reed and Mary Locke on the Finance Committee, and we've started some thinking, and in July, there's a couple of 2 or 3 other people I want to invite to that group and sit down and do some brainstorming on our options. Don has already talked to the city. There is grant money available from the city with, of course, knowing you're dealing with government, all kinds of strings attached to that. We can, through our mortgage holder, get a second mortgage if we need it. And there are a couple of other options that we want to talk about. We have not pursued any of those. We're going to look at all of those, and then we will start looking at how much money do we actually need and how long of a period do we need that for until we get this second organ of magnitude for the south garage waterproofing. We don't want to start on that, but we are going to start in July with this group. I've already invited Mike Mullinex to attend, and there's one other person I want to ask. I won't mention his name because I haven't asked him yet, but we'll get together and get moving on this. We do not want to do an assessment. We do not want to raise the rates, but we want a lot of things, and we may not be able to do all of them. Even getting a second mortgage, although it would give us a lot of money up front when we need it, we still have to pay for it. So we're going to do that analysis and bring that to the board about what our options are and what it's going to impact. So it's a good question, Barb. It's really in the minds of a lot of us, and we are pursuing it. Hope that answers your question.
Were there any other property questions? Nan has one.
Hi. I heard a rumor, but rumors could be very false. I'm wondering if we have any water intrusion directly from the rooftop of the building.
To my knowledge, the answer to that is no. Marty has a question.
This is a sort of property in sort of Lab 23. What's going to happen to security during construction?
That I want to know that too. I don't know the answer to that.
LaDamian is aware of that, and they will
Here, use them. Okay.
Yeah, LaDamian is aware of that that'll be a disruption. He's working on the plan to get around that, but I don't have the details yet.
Mm-hmm. Anything else before our last speaker? Barb?
One last.
Okay. You're allowed.
Thank you. I would just, this is just my opinion. I would hope then to encourage the board moving forward that looking at the future expenses that we're faced with, which is inevitable, that the board seriously consider how we can reduce other expenses. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Thank you, Barb. We are, of course, looking at that. Any other questions for now? If not, I'd like to invite Kathy Lindquist, a board member, to talk about the Plaza Committee and what's happening with our plaza. And do we want to have a party? I don't know.
I wanted to tell you a little bit about the history of the plaza and how we got to where we are and where we are going in the future. As the waterproofing project was nearing completion, the board formed an ad hoc committee for the North Plaza to oversee the design and the furniture selection. Our task was to research companies with experience in outdoor design for independent living communities. The members of our committee are Roger Johnson, the chair, Carol Alden, secretary, Alice Holzer, Rianne Leaf, Kathy Erberg, Glenn Wallace, Michael Ohrdorf, the director of property, and me. Our selection criteria included affordability, ease of maintenance, and chairs that were easy to sit in and rise from. We also wanted furniture that was sturdy enough to remain stable during use, with no wheels that might slide the chair out from under us. By the Yard was ultimately chosen for its durability, versatility, wide range of made-to-order color options, which I hope that everybody has noticed. Once the decision was made, the committee was dissolved. However, after further evaluating how the plaza was being used and how residents hoped to use it, the ad hoc committee was reconvened to determine whether additional furniture was needed to better support these activities and to develop guidelines for its use. We are currently drafting those guidelines and will meet again this month to continue the discussion before submitting them to the board for approval. Now that most of the furniture has arrived, we encourage everyone to make frequent use of the plaza. The York Room offers the option of outdoor dining under the colorful umbrellas, and the gazebo provides a lovely setting to gather with friends for conversation while enjoying the surrounding flowers, courtesy of our gardeners. But there is more good news. The games have arrived. Thanks to a gift from the Giving Committee. Special thanks to them. We have bean bags for cornhole, along with chess and checker sets that are now available. All the games are being stored at the security desk. A special thank you to LD, our Director of Security, for creating a sign-out sheet for the bean bags and games so that they can remain available for everybody to enjoy. It's wonderful to see members enjoying the plaza. I live on the 9th floor, overlook the plaza, look out every day to see if there's anybody out there. We will continue to keep you updated on any new developments. Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy. Our question, yes? Bob has a question.
I know Roger's committee did a marvelous job in finding what they did to use for our plaza redo. I was wondering now, since you're considering other things, is this committee also going to talk to other members for their opinions with regard to whatever the guidelines or whatever it is you're putting together? That is, they would be users as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, that would be, I hope, yes, that's good.
We are currently in discussions behind the scenes with a variety of different people and committees. And yes, they are supplying us with their ideas of what the plaza can do for their particular committee. Each committee has a different idea of how they would like to see the plaza used.
I just want to know, when are we having the party?
Oh, I have an answer for that. If we want to have a party, somebody has to decide to come together. You know, we work with committees. We'd need a committee for the party. And I'm not hosting it. Yeah.
Kathy, how many electrical outlets are there around the perimeter of the North Plaza?
There are four. No, it's not enough. I know.
Kathy, maybe you could clear up a mystery. I've been told never move the chairs. Then I was told Mitch said it's okay to move the chairs. Originally, a lot of us were told don't move the chairs because we don't want to void the warranty on the covering. So can you clear that, or can someone clear that up?
Yeah.
As you know, the chairs are heavy. And if you move the chairs, we would suggest more than one person help lift the chairs so that they are not dragged along the covering. And one of the things that Michael has done is when the committee was out there and placed all the furniture where we wanted it to be, he took pictures so that if he looks out there and the furniture is not in the right place, then they know where to put it back to. Does that answer your question? No. What about the membrane? Oh,
The Puma coating.
yeah, the Puma coating is going to support the furniture that is out there.
I hear you saying don't drag it, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But lifting it, I think for most of us at our age, we're probably not going to do that.
True. Right.
Yeah.
I'd have to say I was surprised. The furniture wasn't even all out there, and people were asking, when can we move it? I thought, well, could you wait till it gets there? And then you can decide if you don't like the circle of friends as wide as it is, we have narrowed, that has been brought closer together. So, I mean, things can be moved, but willy-nilly just moving things around is not suggested.
Can the membrane be punctured, like with a spike heel?
Yep.
or-
Yes,
It sure could.
it can.
Yeah. It would have to be something very strong that would puncture the surface.
Right.
That's why we don't allow jarts out.
Right, no jarts.
So then, if someone moves a chair, drags it across, wouldn't that puncture that
No.
as well?
Probably not. It'd just be wear and tear.
Yeah, it would just be wear and tear. I would not suggest that people drag them across because it is going to, rough up the surface eventually. So, yeah.
It's strong. That Puma coating is very strong. But, I mean, we could destroy it if we're not careful. Rita.
I was just going to say, when the ad hoc committee placed the furniture out there, in fact, in the choice of the furniture too, one of the things we looked at was having swivel chairs. Hope you all like the swivel chairs.
Yes.
But good. We discovered, because initially we were ordering chairs that you couldn't swivel, but we discovered that the swivel chairs would allow easy access to eating at the tables. So hopefully, chairs around the tables wouldn't need to be moved. If you turn the chair sideways, you can sit down and swivel back to the table. And we measured the inches between the edge of the table and the back of the chairs and placed them so they would be easily accessible for people to eat at the tables without having to move the chairs. So think about that when you're out there. Just turn the chair, sit down, and swivel yourself into position.
Yep.
The furniture is a wonderful amenity, and it has a great warranty. Is it the Puma coating covered under a warranty as well?
Pretty sure. I would hope so. I don't know the answer for sure, but I sure hope it is. She asked if the Puma coating had a warranty.
People have mentioned the joy of being able to eat outside, but it pains me to see the people coming from the waiters, the waitresses, coming from inside to the outside and pushing on that very heavy door. And I know that to make a door automatic is going to be an expense as well, but I can't imagine that we can keep going the way it is right now.
We are looking at that. We're getting a bid because we're doing the trash room doors at some point with handicap access. We're going to ask what it would cost to do the doors from the York Room to the plaza as well. Yes, that's a hard to watch them.
And also, those bars can be locked open,
Yeah.
so they can walk in and out without having to push the doors.
It's interesting to note the By the Yard people down in Jordan, they take number 2 recycled plastic, which is high density polyethylene, what your milk jugs are made out of, that are locally processed, and they make that into those chairs. So in fact, your milk jugs are being recycled into the furniture on the plaza.
Thanks, Marty.
All right.
Well, it just occurred to me, looking over here against the wall, we have a number of people that live here that that rely on walkers. And I'm thinking how heavy that furniture, it's wonderful, is outside. Can we make a few that are handicap accessible so that there is no chair there, so they could pull their walker up perhaps to join? You know what I'm saying?
I do know what you're saying.
I just can't, yeah, I just can't imagine getting out of a walker and getting in those chairs.
Or a wheelchair.
I will take that back to the committee the next time we meet. Thank you. You're welcome. She asked if some of the tables could have an empty place with no chair so people with wheelchairs or walkers could just move right up to the table.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, I had heard some rumblings about a plaza party. I don't know what to tell you about that. We have so many things to think about. It would be fun, but sure.
The Fun and Games Committee is going to have fun and games on the 20th, Saturday morning, out on the plaza.
Okay, that should be our party. Okay, there you go. Fun and games on the plaza on the 20th, Saturday, the day before Father's Day. Wonderful, that's great. Okay, I want to make a plug for the YouTube channel. If you have not tried to access YouTube, because let's say you're not here tonight and you don't have access to York TV, which some of us don't, I have learned to go on to YouTube. I can do it on my TV. I could go to the portal and get York TV as well. So, I mean, if you don't know how to do it and you want to know how to do it, I believe Kara is going to have some small group sessions because the training did go long. And then by the second hour, people were kind of, oh, I've had enough. And you have to have your wits about you to log into the portal and understand how to navigate. It's not hard. It just requires some attention. That's all. Well, you can do that too. Yeah. All right. That's all we have for tonight. Are there any other questions? If not, thank you very much for your attention. We'll see you soon.